Greetings. I know a lot of you have been wondering why I've been silent lately. A lot has happened.
VDM unfollowed VeryFair Man shortly after the man came online crying for help to pay back a loan, and this has quickly turned into one of the most talked about moments on Nigerian social media this week. The video of VeryFair Man was emotional. He sat in front of the camera, his eyes red, his voice breaking as he pleaded for assistance. He explained that he had a loan hanging over his head, that he was under pressure to repay, and that the situation was weighing on his mental and emotional health. People watching felt the weight of his words, and many began sharing the video with captions calling for help. Please, if you are watching right now, like this video and subscribe, because we are going to go through everything that happened step by step. While that plea was still trending, while sympathy was still building, news broke that Very Dark Man, known online as VDM, had unfollowed him. For those who know VDM, he is not just a regular influencer, he is a controversial activist figure, someone who has built a reputation for speaking his mind, exposing issues and engaging directly with both fans and critics. For VDM to unfollow someone in such a public moment of need immediately sparked curiosity and confusion. Was it personal? Was it a disagreement? Or was it a decision to distance himself from a situation he no longer trusted? Please like this video now and subscribe, because this is where the story begins to twist. Social media reacted with the speed of lightning. On Instagram and X, people began posting screenshots showing that VDM was no longer following VeryFair Man. Some wrote long captions defending VDM, saying perhaps he knew something the public did not. Others were critical, asking why anyone would remove their public support at such a vulnerable time. The conversation quickly split into two camps: those who said VDM's decision was cold, and those who said it might have been smart to step back if there were doubts about the truth of the loan story. My people watching, take a second to like this video and subscribe, because this is about to get even deeper. The core of the drama is not just about an unfollow click. It is about what that action symbolizes in the online age. For many, a follow shows endorsement, connection, or at least neutrality. An unfollow during a public cry for help can feel like rejection, a loss of credibility, or even an accusation. And because VDM is an influential voice, his decision carried weight beyond personal friendship. It sent a message, whether or not that was his intention. In online culture, small actions have big meanings, and this one is no different. Please like this video now and subscribe so you can keep getting these clear breakdowns. Now, let's step back and talk about the personalities involved. VDM, as most of you know, has a large online following and a reputation for tackling sensitive topics head-on. He is used to public confrontation, and his followers expect him to be bold. VeryFair Man, on the other hand, is not as widely known outside certain online circles, so his emotional plea was many people's first introduction to him. That means his first impression to the wider public is tied directly to vulnerability, and vulnerability online can be a double-edged sword. Please like this video and subscribe, because understanding this dynamic is important to follow this story. Once the unfollow news spread, conversations began linking it to a broader problems. How public figures handle someone else's crisis. Should an influencer always stand with a friend publicly, even if they have doubts? Should they step back quietly rather than making a visible break? Or is it fair to signal that you're not part of the situation anymore? These are the questions trending now, and no clear answer has emerged because neither VDM nor VeryFair Man has released a full, detailed statement about why the unfollow happened. And in the absence of answers, speculation is filling the gap. Please like and subscribe, because this is how online stories spiral into national talking points. It's also worth noting that in Nigeria's online culture, public disagreements or sudden changes in friendship status between influencers become almost like a sport for viewers. People dig up old interactions, old comments, even past collaborations to find clues about what went wrong. Right now, that's happening with VDM and VeryFair Man. Users are replaying past videos where they appeared to support each other, looking for signs of tension. Others are coming through comments for hints, and every small detail, whether it's a deleted post or a cryptic caption, is being analyzed as potential evidence. Please hit that like button and subscribe now so you don't miss the unfolding of the next layer. For VeryFair Man, the timing could not be worse. He was seeking help, hoping to build empathy and possibly attract support from both fans and influencers. Instead, he is now in the middle of a secondary drama about being unfollowed. That can shift the public focus from the original problem, the loan, to the new question of his relationship with VDM. For some, that shift means sympathy is diluted. For others, it simply adds more heat to the conversation. This is why timing matters so much in online crisis. Please like this video and subscribe, because I'm about to take you into how public perception can change overnight in situations like this. Online audiences can turn quickly, especially when a narrative changes from "help this person" to "what's the real story." In many cases, the speed at which people form opinions leaves a little room for fact-checking or hearing both sides. That's part of the challenge of living in an age where a single click, like an unfollow, can create a whole new plotline. Influencers, activists, and public figures have to be conscious of how their smallest actions will be interpreted. And regular viewers need to learn to slow down before jumping to conclusions. Please like and subscribe now, because this point is at the heart of the VDM VeryFair Man saga. Another layer to this whole gist is the issue of trust, not just between VDM and VeryFair Man, but between influencers and their audiences as a whole. In Nigeria's fast-moving online space, trust is currency. The moment followers feel like a personality is standing beside someone questionable, they start questioning that personality too. So, for someone like VDM, who has built his brand on being outspoken and direct, keeping his credibility intact is a big deal. If he truly felt that VeryFair Man's story had holes in it, unfollowing could have been his way of drawing a line publicly. Please, if you are still watching, take a second to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss when we dive into why perception matters more than intention in social media culture. Now let's focus on VeryFair Man's position in all this. From what he said in his video, the loan situation sounds serious. It's not small money we're talking about here. He painted a picture of pressure from the lender, sleepless nights, and the heavy mental toll of not being able to pay back. For anyone who has been in debt, especially in today's tough economy, that kind of stress is real. People can relate to the feeling of being trapped. But when your story goes public, you open yourself up to two groups. Those who will stand with you and those who will doubt your intentions. The unfollow from VDM has unfortunately strengthened the second group. Please like and subscribe now, because this is where the human side of the gist gets real. A lot of commenters online are asking one simple question. Did VeryFair Man misuse money in the past? Or is there any record of similar incidents? Whether those questions are fair or not, they show how quickly online empathy can be replaced by suspicion once someone respected distances themselves from you. This is the harsh truth of the digital age. It's not enough to tell your side. You have to defend it from every angle. And in situations like this, even silence can speak volumes. That's why many are waiting to see if either VDM or VeryFair Man will come forward with more context. Please hit that like button and subscribe, because the next part of this gist will touch on how silence can sometimes make or break an influencer's reputation. When you look closely at how social media operates, you see that drama like this is rarely about just one moment. It's about patterns, histories, and the way audiences connect the dots, sometimes even when the dots don't really match. Right now, some fans are revisiting old times VDM has called out people publicly, comparing this unfollow to his past moves, and suggesting he might have a consistent approach to distancing himself from trouble. Whether that's true or not, the perception is already forming. And perception in this world is reality. Please like and subscribe now so you don't miss how we break down that perception versus reality gap in the coming minutes. It's also worth looking at the emotional impact on both sides. For VeryFair Man, losing public support from a bigger voice like VDM could be discouraging, especially when he needs allies. The emotional hit can sometimes be as heavy as the financial burden itself. For VDM, making a decision that sparks backlash is never easy either. He knows people will question him, but perhaps he believes it's better to deal with short-term noise than long-term damage to his credibility. That's a calculation every public figure has to make, and it's not always as cold as it looks from the outside. Please like this video now and subscribe, because we are going to close this gist with the wider lesson for anyone living online. The big takeaway here is that public support is fragile, and it can disappear faster than it came.